Hi, it's Greg at the Vinyl Arms. Thanks for watching. I've been watching a lot of videos recently on vinyl finds, and I found that I've been really enjoying them as well. I love seeing what people have dug up and what exciting treasures they've found. And I was watching a video recently by M Fidelity. I'll put his link on the bottom of this video. He does great videos, great musical taste. Anyway, he was showing his recent finds, and amongst which there was some Blondie 12 inches, and we all love a bit of Blondie, don't we? And I've picked up a Blondie 12-inch recently, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna show that off. I'm gonna show people that 12-inch single, and here we are. Blondie Atomic. I mean, great cover, by the way. Great song, great A-side. It sounds brilliant on 12-inch record. I had a wry smile when I looked at the bottom here. It just sort of subtly says, "You should pay no more than £1.49 for this record." And I thought, blimey, those were the days, weren't they? What is it? A 12-inch single on RSD now, maybe 20 quid, something like that. So how times have changed. But the sort of the instigator for me picking this up was on the B-side. There's a live version of David Bowie's Heroes, which obviously is a great track anyway. But hearing Blondie do it she does it really well. It's a really well executed cover version. It's live at the Hammersmith Apollo in 1980 when she was on top form. And on guitar is a certain Robert Fripp, and he sounds fab too, by the way. So, Blondie Atomic. Another 12-inch single I picked up recently was this, Inner City and Good Life. And, oh, man, this sounds as good as it did back in the day. I think it came out in 1988. It's a proper sort of house anthem with a sprinkling of soul, I would say. I think the girl who sings on this has such a lovely soulful voice. You've got 3 tracks on here. You get your real values money's worth here. Actually, you've got the Magic Juan mix of Good Life on the A side, which is about 8 minutes long, and that is a banger. On the B side, you've got Good Life, the Mayday Club mix, which is totally different. It really does mess around with the original tune, which is good. And then you've got the other big hit that they had was Big Fun. Well, this is the LA Big Fun remix version, and that sounds absolutely brilliant, by the way. I just love that sort of early house sound, just something really of its time. So yeah, that's a nice record. That was a nice find. Staying sort of in sort of the dance camp for the time being, I visited Jumbo Records and I picked up this the reissue of Adam F and his timeless album Colours from many years ago now. It might even be 25, 30 years old, something like that. It's when drum and bass really kind of took Britain by storm. You had sort of Goldie doing it. There was all these artists, doing fantastic drum and bass records, and this really was one of the best that came out at the time. It's spread over three albums, and it's been sort of revisited by Adam F, and sort of a lot of remix work and what have you that's gone on into this, and it sounds really good. It's a really nice pressing. So yeah, that's really well recommended. It's funny because when I picked that up in Jumbo Records, I was having a chat with Matt. I do like Matt. We always have a bit of a natter. And he said, "Greg, you'll have to put your white gloves on to listen to that." So I promptly did. It was like being back in the rave days. Totally different music style now. God, this is a great album. Susie and the Banshees and Juju, I think you pronounce that. Apologies if I'm wrong there. So many great songs on this. I mean, Into the Light is an amazing tune. Arabian Nights, Halloween, Night Shift, Sin in My Heart, Headcut. Headcut's a really good song, and obviously got the classic Spellbound as well on there. I think this might be Susie and Banshee's third or fourth album. I might be wrong on that. But it's really, really good. And the reason I picked this up, of all things, was the postman recommended it. He's a big Susie fan, and we always chat when he delivers records and delivers the post, and we'll have a bit of a natter. And he says, "Greg, you really want to check out Susie and the Banshees, particularly this album." So thought, right, okay, I will. And he recommended this maybe 6 months ago, and I was just been waiting to find the right copy. And I picked this up at a Farsley record fair, which is held in a great venue in Farsley where they've got loads of gigs and things. It's a lovely venue, so it's worth checking that Farsley record fair out. Anyway, I found this, and this came home with me, and it sounds really good. Very much of its time, sort of punk new wave type vibe going on there. Great fun. And to wrap up this album, Terry Reid and River. Now this is just gorgeous. Just on the label as well. It's on this rather nice Atlantic label, which is a bit of a classic label for me. Side A is brilliant, but side B is where the gold is. You've got River, Dream, and Milestones, and every one of those songs is so beautifully written. River, I mean, he's such a talented guy. He sings, he's a vocalist, and he's got a very distinctive voice, and he plays the guitar, and he plays the guitar so well. And I think on here, I guess you'd sort of say it's sort of a blues rock album, but it's kind of, there's a lot of different influences. I mean, River, the title track River is a good example, really, because that is, it's kind of got almost like sort of a Cuban kind of feel to it. Give it a listen, see what you think. But, he's obviously got lots of influences from all over the world. And it's just a really nice sort of Sunday afternoon type listen, I would say. In terms of this record, the reason I picked it up, well, me and a friend, Sub Pop Al, we were going to see Terry Reid live in Hebden Bridge at the trade hall there. And really sad, obviously, he passed away in the summer, and we were due to see him at the end of September. Al got the tickets, and Al's a little bit sensitive now about buying tickets because he bought us a couple of tickets for obviously the Terry Reid, and that got pulled for obvious reasons. And he also bought us a couple of tickets to see the fabulous Shellac, which is obviously big, big black related. It's Steve Albini singing. God, we're going back sort of a year or so ago when we're going to see him live. And obviously he passed away now, so Al's feeling a bit vulnerable in terms of buying concert tickets at the moment. He wanted to go see Robert Plant, and he's just said, "Greg, I can't buy any tickets. I don't want to finish him off." So he's feeling, bless him, he's feeling quite vulnerable over buying tickets. But back to the Terry Reid album. Absolutely beautiful. It's just a masterclass of, as I say, blues, kind of folk rock, just really well constructed songs, really well recorded, and really well written. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you later. Bye.